Throughout history, a remarkable plant has captured the attention of spiritual seekers. Cannabis is one of the oldest known medicines used by healers and mystics across many cultures. This plant has been viewed not just as medicine for the body, but as a key that unlocks deeper states of mind. People have used cannabis in religious ceremonies for thousands of years. In ancient India, it was called Vijaya, meaning victory, because they believed it helped overcome suffering. Some texts describe it as a sacred plant that protects against evil and brings joy to those who use it properly. In Hindu traditions, cannabis is linked to Shiva, the god of meditation. During festivals honoring Shiva, people drink bhang, a mixture containing cannabis. They believe this helps them break free from everyday worries and connect with something greater than themselves. Shamans in Central Asia and Siberia saw cannabis smoke as a bridge between worlds. As the smoke rose to the sky, they believed it carried their prayers upward. These healers used cannabis to help them travel between the physical world and the spirit realm during healing ceremonies. Cannabis has long been seen as a substance that helps people cross the boundary between ordinary reality and mystical experience. The mind-altering effects allow users to enter different states of awareness, making the plant useful for exploring unseen aspects of reality. Our normal world is limited by what our senses can detect and what our minds can understand. Beyond this lies the realm of deeper consciousness, energy flows, and spiritual insights. Cannabis, when used with clear intention, can help dissolve the barriers that keep us locked in ordinary thinking. This bridging effect works similarly to how a tuning fork brings harmony to discordant sounds. Cannabis seems to adjust the frequency of our awareness, allowing us to pick up on subtler aspects of existence. This is why many spiritual traditions have incorporated it into their practices. However, using cannabis this way requires care and attention. Without proper grounding and mindfulness, the experience can become overwhelming or confusing. Ancient cultures recognized this and created specific rituals to ensure the plant was used in beneficial ways. In the Vedic traditions of ancient India, a mysterious drink called soma played a central role in religious ceremonies. While scholars debate its exact ingredients, some believe cannabis was a key component. Soma was praised for its ability to connect humans with the divine and grant insight. The modern preparation of bhang in India continues this ancient tradition. Made by mixing cannabis leaves with milk, spices, and sometimes honey, bhang is consumed during festivals like Holi and Shivratri. Devotees believe it helps them experience a taste of Shiva's meditative bliss. Across the cold plains of Siberia, nomadic tribes burned cannabis during funeral ceremonies. They believed the smoke helped guide the souls of the dead to the spirit world. Shamans also used cannabis to enter trance states where they could communicate with spirits and heal the sick. In some South American traditions, cannabis is used alongside ayahuasca in ceremonial settings. The combination is thought to enhance spiritual visions and make participants more receptive to healing energies. Shamans carefully prepare these plant medicines to facilitate transformation. Rastafarians view cannabis as the holy herb mentioned in the Bible. They point to passages like Psalm 104:14, which speaks of herb for the service of man, as evidence of its sacred role. For Rastafarians, smoking cannabis is an act of devotion, a way to commune with Jah, God. Some scholars suggest the anointing oils mentioned in the Bible may have contained cannabis. While this interpretation is debated, it highlights how widespread the ritual use of cannabis may have been. In many cultures, the plant was seen as a messenger carrying divine wisdom. Cannabis contains special compounds called cannabinoids. The two most well-known are THC and CBD. These substances interact with a system in our bodies called the endocannabinoid system, which helps regulate mood, perception, and our sense of time. This interaction creates a unique bridge between our physical brain and our consciousness. When used in sacred contexts, cannabis can act like a doorway that shifts our awareness to a different frequency. Many users describe feeling more connected to everything around them. The experience often includes a changed perception of time. Minutes might feel like hours, or time might seem to stop completely. This echoes the timeless states described by meditators who reach deep absorption. In this space, people often focus intensely on the present moment. Colors may appear brighter, sounds deeper, and ordinary experiences can take on new meaning. This heightened sensory awareness resembles the mystic's goal of seeing the sacred in everyday life. The ordinary world becomes extraordinary through this shifted perception. The critical voice in our heads often becomes quieter under the influence of cannabis. This temporary silencing of the ego creates space for feelings of unity and humility. Many report sensing themselves as part of something greater, a glimpse of what spiritual teachers call the divine. Cannabis can deepen meditation by helping quiet the constant chatter of the mind. The plant encourages present moment awareness, allowing practitioners to explore their inner landscape with greater ease. This can lead to insights about themselves and their place in the universe. However, cannabis is not a substitute for disciplined spiritual practice. Rather, it acts as a catalyst, opening doors that the seeker must walk through consciously. The insights gained while using cannabis must be examined carefully and integrated into daily life to be truly valuable. Not all visions or thoughts that arise during cannabis use are spiritual truths. Some may simply be projections of the subconscious mind or distortions of reality. Real spiritual growth comes from the ability to discern genuine insight from illusion and to apply what we learn. Those who study energy systems of the body believe cannabis influences the subtle body, particularly the energy centers called chakras. It often enhances activity in the upper chakras associated with intuition and cosmic connection, such as the third eye and crown chakras. However, using too much cannabis can unbalance the energy system by overstimulating the upper chakras while neglecting the lower ones that govern stability and physical health. This is why traditional practices emphasize moderation and proper preparation. Kundalini energy, described as a powerful force at the base of the spine, can sometimes be activated by cannabis. This experience must be approached carefully, as the rapid rise of this energy through an unprepared body and mind may lead to anxiety or physical discomfort. Cannabis has been used for centuries as a natural remedy for pain. Its anti-inflammatory properties make it effective for conditions like arthritis, while its pain-relieving effects can help with migraines and nerve pain. This physical relief allows spiritual practitioners to focus more deeply on inner work. For those dealing with anxiety, depression, or PTSD, cannabis can provide temporary relief by calming the nervous system. This creates a space where healing and self-reflection become possible. Many find that cannabis helps them process difficult emotions that might otherwise remain buried. Research suggests cannabis may enhance neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections. This property makes it useful for creative exploration, problem-solving, and generating spiritual insights. New perspectives often emerge when rigid thought patterns are temporarily suspended. By softening the boundaries of perception, cannabis can foster a sense of unity with others and the natural world. This expanded awareness allows users to experience the interconnectedness of all life, a cornerstone of many spiritual traditions. The empathy and compassion that often arise with cannabis use are essential qualities for spiritual growth. These emotions align the user with higher frequencies of love and understanding, creating harmonious relationships with others and the environment. Despite its benefits, cannabis comes with potential pitfalls. It's often used to soothe emotional or physical pain, which can become problematic. By numbing discomfort, users might avoid confronting and healing the underlying issues, delaying genuine growth. Some people use cannabis to create an illusion of spiritual progress. This bypasses the necessary work of self-examination, discipline, and healing. Confronting the darker aspects of oneself, sometimes called shadow work, is essential for lasting transformation, but can be avoided through escapism. While cannabis can provide temporary access to higher states of consciousness, using it repeatedly as an escape leads to spiritual stagnation. True enlightenment requires integrating insights into everyday life, relationships, and personal development. Overuse may lead to diminishing returns as users chase ever deeper mystical experiences at the expense of grounded practice. The goal isn't to escape reality, but to transform how we live within it. Balance is key to using cannabis as a spiritual tool rather than a crutch. Scientific studies confirm cannabis helps with chronic pain, anxiety, and certain medical conditions. Research also highlights potential risks of heavy use, including cognitive effects, dependency, and mental health concerns, especially for those with existing conditions or genetic predispositions. Discernment and integration. The recreational use of cannabis often differs from its traditional purpose as a sacred plant. Without proper intention, its spiritual potential may be overlooked, reducing it to merely a pleasant intoxicant rather than a tool for growth and healing. Cannabis can sometimes induce what spiritual teachers call false revelations, compelling illusions mistaken for profound insights. Authentic spiritual experiences typically bring deep peace, humility, and wisdom, accompanied by grounded clarity rather than confusion. The untrained mind may struggle to distinguish between genuine insight and projections of the subconscious. Cannabis can amplify both wisdom and delusion, making discernment essential. This is why many traditions emphasize having experienced guides present during plant medicine ceremonies. Mystical teachings emphasize the importance of integration, bringing lessons from altered states into everyday life. Without this crucial step, cannabis becomes a temporary escape rather than a transformative teacher, and its potential benefits are largely lost. From the perspective of yoga and energy practices, cannabis interacts with the subtle body in specific ways. Many users report heightened intuition and visionary experiences, suggesting activation of the third eye chakra. Others feel increased compassion and empathy as heart energy expands. Mindful cannabis use begins well before consumption. Sacred preparation transforms a casual act into a meaningful ritual that aligns the user's intention with the plant's energy. This foundation creates space for a profound and beneficial experience. Begin by setting a clear intention. Ask yourself why you're using cannabis and what you hope to learn or experience. This intention acts as a compass, guiding the experience and keeping you anchored in purpose rather than drifting aimlessly. Many traditional cultures treat cannabis as a sacred being, not merely a substance to be consumed. Before use, hold the plant in your hands, offer gratitude, and silently ask it to assist you on your journey. Some practitioners chant, pray, or meditate over the plant to infuse it with positive energy. Creating a sacred space enhances the experience. Include meaningful objects like crystals, incense, or a small altar. These symbols establish an atmosphere of reverence and help focus energy. The environment should be clean, comfortable, and free from disturbances. The setting greatly influences the cannabis experience. Choose a quiet location, either in nature or a peaceful indoor space. Minimize distractions like phone notifications or loud noises. Consider playing gentle music or keeping silence, depending on your preference. Cannabis is a powerful tool that requires respectful use. Its benefits depend on mindful moderation and self-awareness. Overuse or dependence can lead to stagnation, undermining spiritual growth and diminishing the plant's effectiveness over time. In spiritual contexts, less is often more effective. A small dose can open the mind while maintaining clarity, whereas excessive consumption risks overwhelming the user with unnecessary mental noise. Finding your minimum effective dose is key to beneficial experiences. The ultimate purpose of any altered state is transformation. The insights gained during cannabis-induced experiences have little value if they aren't integrated into daily life. After each session, take time to reflect on what you've learned and how it might apply to your everyday existence. Writing down thoughts, visions, or emotions after a session helps ground abstract experiences into tangible insights. Over time, these reflections become a map of your spiritual journey, showing patterns and progress that might otherwise go unnoticed. Consuming a light, nourishing meal after using cannabis helps balance the body's energy and brings awareness back to the physical realm. This simple act of self-care completes the ritual and helps integrate the experience into wholeness. Cannabis has walked alongside humanity for thousands of years as medicine, spiritual ally, and teacher. When approached with respect, clear intention, and moderation, it offers unique benefits for both body and spirit. The plant serves as a bridge between worlds, showing us glimpses of expanded consciousness. However, true spiritual growth comes not from the plant itself, but from our willingness to learn from the experiences it facilitates. The temporary shifts in perception must be translated into lasting wisdom through reflection, integration, and consistent practice in everyday life. In our modern world, where cannabis is becoming more widely accepted, we have an opportunity to reclaim its sacred heritage. By combining ancient wisdom with contemporary understanding, we can develop balanced approaches that honor the plant's full potential while avoiding pitfalls. Whether used for healing, creativity, or spiritual exploration, cannabis reminds us that the boundaries between physical and metaphysical are more permeable than we often believe. Through mindful engagement with this ancient ally, we might rediscover knowledge that connects us to both Earth and stars.